Hi, my name is Joey Finero. I am a local real estate agent in Orange County, California. And in today's video, I'm going to discuss needing to upsize or downsize your current home in South Orange County and at the same time buying another property during that same time. I've been selling real estate in Orange County for a little over 12 years. I work with everyday buyers and sellers for their primary and normal residential needs. And I also work with a lot of real estate investors who also own the home. They might be a small business owner, or they have just normal W-2 jobs, and with extra funds, they invest into real estate and buy rental properties. But in today's video, I'm going to focus more on what I see a lot happening today. When I work with normal buyers and sellers for residential real estate, most of them are in this stage of needing to sell their current home and then buy a bigger one. I actually have a lot of clients that are in this situation. They've been stuck in their home. They've been wanting to make an upgrade for the last couple of years, but because of interest rates and just the cost of the new payment is so much higher, in some cases double or triple the payment than they currently have, that they're staying in their current home a little bit longer and waiting to make that move. I'm slowly starting to see a lot more people coming back into the market and to make the move. They understand that interest rates are high, but they're going to take the long way around and refinance one day later, whenever rates are feasible to refinance. So I'm seeing that happen a lot more. I think everybody had thought that rates would be below 5% by now. You may even below 4% right now, but they're not. We're hovering in the mid sixes right now in June of 2026. And some of my clients, I'm actually surprised, they think that they have to move out of their house first before they sell their home, or they need to sell their home and then find a temporary place to live and then go buy another property. I'm actually shocked at how many different real estate professionals are just letting their clients make that double move when I feel like it's not necessarily needed. And so in some cases, if you're moving out of state or you're moving to a completely different location, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to make the time frames work out perfectly when you have a distance between where you are and where you're going. But I'm going to keep this kind of local to Orange County. If you're staying within the same county, that's for the most part of what I'm seeing. It's actually quite simple and seamless to sell your house and go buy another one at the same time. It might seem a little bit chaotic or a little bit more going on, but knowing that it would actually take a lot more effort to make that double move. What you would need to do first is most people do it the back way approach, which is they go first find their home that they want to buy. They write an offer on it contingent upon their home selling that's not on the market. And then they get frustrated and also confused that their offer didn't get accepted. And in a higher paced market like Orange County is, it's virtually impossible or almost impossible for a seller to allow you to accept an offer with them. Because again, once a seller accepts an offer, they can't negotiate with another buyer. So to get them to accept an offer and then wait for your house to get on the market, which is probably going to take a couple weeks, but even if it takes 1 or 2 days, most sellers don't want to wait because there's so many things that can go wrong in the process. Number one, it could take you 30 days or 45 or 3 months to go find a buyer. And then let's say best case scenario, it takes you 2 weeks to find a buyer, okay? You accept their offer. The buyer for the home that you're selling might need 30 days to close. So you just added more time. But then you also added so many more pitfalls that potentially could happen. What if your buyer for the home that you need to sell to use those funds to go buy the next property? What happens if that buyer cancels? There's 1,000 things that can go wrong. Or if that buyer financing doesn't get approved or loses a job. I've actually have seen that. Now that's not super common, but I have seen that. And so when you're in this position where your funds are in a house that you need to sell to get to the next one, I just flip that upside down. Get the house that you need to sell first on the market first. You would only put the house on the market after you've seen the next level up of where you want to go to. You've already talked to a lender, got pre-approved, ran the numbers, made sure you're comfortable with the new monthly payment. And if all that's squared away, then don't spend any more time on looking at additional homes, because likely they're not going to be on the market by the time that your house gets in escrow. But the first thing is get your house on the market, get it show ready, clean it up, have the listing agent take pictures, photography, videography, all the things, get it on the market. While it's on the market, you can start looking at homes as your agent is showing it. You can start going to other open houses. You can obviously look on Zillow and all of that, stay in contact with the lender if you're using a lender and obtaining financing. And it's likely going to take a couple weeks, if not a month or so, to get your house in escrow. Once your house is in escrow, then what I would recommend is then you can start writing offers. That no earlier than that, but it would be ideal is once your house is in escrow and after your buyers have done their inspections and you guys have already gone through if there's going to be credits or repairs or all of that. Most of the time a buyer cancels right during the inspection time frame. Either they couldn't get enough credit or couldn't get enough help from the seller for some repairs. So if you've made it past that, then most likely, not 100%, but most likely 70% chance, 75% chance. So most likely you're going to move forward to closing. And so that's why I say is once you get to that point, you can start aggressively writing offers, because then now you can write an offer. Sometimes you might not even need to say that you're contingent, but then you can write offers saying, hey, we're just a week and a half or 2 weeks away from closing our house. We're done through inspections, contingencies are removed. We're ready. It's almost like we don't have a home to sell. That looks so much better to the home that you're trying to buy and the offer that you're trying to get accepted than our house. We haven't even done anything to the house. We haven't even prepared it to be shown. There's not on the market. We haven't taken pictures. That looks completely different. I can sell that second option way easier than the first one. That's the first thing. Get the house on the market, get in escrow, accept an offer, get through the inspections, then go start aggressively writing offers. You're going to get your offer accepted much easier than before. Now, I always get this question, but Joey, what happens if I accept an offer and for whatever reason, I don't buy my next home? Whether I change my mind, I want to save my home, or what if the home that we're upgrading to in South Orange County, what happens if we do an inspection on that home and now we don't want to buy it because maybe we find something that we're very uncomfortable with? Maybe there's mold in the house and we just don't want to deal with it. In that case, there's several things that a buyer and a seller like this can do if that situation arises. And sometimes it does. It's uncommon, but sometimes it does. There are extra contingencies that you could do. Again, assuming you need to sell a house and then you're buying the next one. The home that you're selling, there is extra contingencies in place that we do here in California. That's called a seller contingency, which means there's a couple ways you can write it. But how I write it up is my client is only selling this home as long as they can close on their up-leg property. So that means like if anything happens with you buying the home that you're upgrading to, if you can't buy it, whether you change your mind, get cold feet, financing doesn't work, something's wrong with the house, whatever the reason is, then it leaves you off the hook with selling your home. So you could either just take it off the market and not sell it, or you can ask the buyer, hey, buyer, something unfortunately happened. We still want to move. Can you give us another couple weeks or whatever it is for us to find that next property? We feel highly confident we're going to find it in the next couple weeks. We're actively looking at homes every day. Would you mind waiting? Most of the time, that buyer is willing to wait because they've already fallen in love with the house. They liked it. They already did the inspection, paid for the appraisal. They're like, well, you know what? It's a couple more weeks or maybe it's 30 more days. We'll give you a little bit more time. Most of the time that happens. And if for some reason it doesn't happen, then that buyer for the home that you're selling cancels. You just go find a buyer. Yes, it might take a little bit longer, but if you do it this way, where you list your home first, get an escrow, get it wrapped up, and then you're going to get a better price on the up-leg property that you're buying. you're going to be able to have a higher chance of your offer getting accepted quicker. And you're likely not only, like I said, a price, but better terms. So you might be able to have a little bit more of a credit from the seller because your offer is just more attractive and it's better overall than just a standard contingent offer. So if you're in that situation, just know that all of this is very seamless to a real estate agent that does this a lot. I have a lot of clients that are in this situation and do this every year where they have to sell and buy at the same exact time. We set it up very seamless for you so that it's least invasive and it's as convenient as possible so you can focus on the next home that you're going to. If you have any questions on this, I kind of quickly went through this. There are a lot of details. I'll save that for one of the next videos. Leave a comment below. I'm happy to explain this to you because I know that most families might have kids, you both work, you have a small single family home, but you want to get a bigger single family home for the family. You want to get the family single family home and get a little bit more space, a little bit more yard. I do this all the time. I'm happy to explain the details if you wanted them a little bit more. Just know that it's easy to do. It will easily be taken care of. Again, my name is Joey Finro. I am a real estate agent in Orange County, California. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.